Hello and welcome back to Rupel Boom or Bust. Season 2 begins and we are in a brand new league. We're in the Proximus League, which is the second tier of Belgian football. Last season, if I'm perfectly honest, was a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting to go up. Route 1 football just kind of worked for us in the end, didn't it? New season, lots of transfers to talk about, and we've managed to extend some very important loan deals as well. We've managed to extend 3 loan deals in total, and I think they're probably the 3 most important ones. Ousmane Diallo is the first one to extend his loan deal, played for Africa Sports originally. We've now had him for, this is going to be basically the second season for Ousmane Diallo. 32 appearances last season, 9 goals to his name. He's here for another year. He was going to be very important playing for us on that right-hand side. Also from Africa Sports is Pacoma Zazua, the now 24-year-old Ivorian central midfielder, has extended for an entire season. Last season, 23 appearances he got for us. I think he played pretty well as well. 6.88 average rating across the season. I think he is going to be very good and very handy for this level of football. Maybe not if we get promoted again, but to be honest, by the time we get promoted again, I imagine Zazua may well have moved on because we're not going to be able to afford to sign him anytime soon. And finally, also from Africa Sports, it's Nigerian central defender Kenneth Namdi, Big Kenny Namdi, as I called him once, I think, in the last season. He's extended his loan deal for another year. We weirdly had to pay his wages, but it's only £130 a week, so actually, I'm okay with that. That's not a lot of money at all. We've also released a fair few players. We have signed a lot of footballers as well, so this could be a fairly lengthy introduction to some of the new players. Quick look here at the released players. The only one really of any interest is Bernardina. Bernardina has left the club. He is currently nowhere, apparently. He didn't really play a lot for us. I think he played a fair few at the start of the season. 15 games, actually. 9 starts, 6 off the bench. But when we signed players like Rudy Gested and stuff like that, Bernardina didn't really get a chance. He was out of contract. He wanted too much money. I think we've got better options than Bernardina, so he has left the club. Also, Shimanga and a few other players as well who are kind of fringe players. Fabio Polizzi, by the way, is not the good Polizzi. I think it might be his brother. But yeah, Fabio doesn't play for us anymore. We have also got rid of our second or third choice goalkeeper. Stefan Deleuze has gone to Winkle Sport, basically getting him off the wage bill. Some guy called Philip Pavlov has gone to Dessel Sport, getting him off the wage bill as well. And same with Mathis Bergiers going to Franks Borains. He's not awful, but we were never really good enough. Well, he was never really good enough to play. Now, lots of people joining the club. I'm going to try and rattle through these as quick as possible because I think there's about 15 joining. Morten Beck is the first up, 26-year-old Danish right midfielder and right back. Brought in primarily as a right back, but he's a bit of an all-rounder. Realistically, looking at where he can play, we can play him anywhere apart from centre-back or in goal. So yeah, Morten Beck, a versatile option from Denmark. A very good central midfielder to join, actually has Serbian caps as well. Stefan Pjanic. Panic? I'm probably just going to call him Panic, because that's how it's spelt. I think Panic is good. He is 6'5" with 15 jumping reach. He can head the moon out of space. He is a big lad. I don't know whether he's going to get a huge amount of football, but he's actually very good. You'll probably notice as well, wage-wise, most people are on about £1,300 a week because we couldn't offer them any less. I imagine players like Panic would have taken less, but for some reason we couldn't do it. Yeah, but Panic is in. Signed from KRC Genk is Wout Koemans, who is a 19-year-old central defender. £350 a week for Wout, signed on a free transfer. Every single player has come in on a free transfer, if I forget to tell you when I get to them. Basically, we've got no money, so we've just picked up lots of free transfers with an F, not a TH. 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential for Koemans. I think Koemans might get a lot of football. He's only 19. I think he looks pretty good. He might not be good enough to play for us, but he might get the odd game here or there. Another one of our 16 right-backs that we've signed this season. I bought a lot of right-backs because we didn't have very good full-backs, and then I bought lots of right-backs accidentally and only one left-back. Petar Raguz is a 24-year-old Croatian right-back and right midfielder. He can play on that right wing if he wants to as well. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. I think Raguz is probably one of our best right-backs that we've got in the club. We've still got like 3 more to talk about. Here's another one. Lucas Lendfers. He has joined £0 a week. Why is he not on a permanent contract? He's on a non-contract. Well, he's probably not going to stick around. He joined on a free transfer. Royal Antwerp were his former club. Because we're not paying him any money, we may as well keep him about. Apparently there's some potential there. He's just sat in the under-21s, to be honest. Making his loan deal permanent is Jan Vrijsen, a 25-year-old Belgian left-back and centre-back if we need him to be. He was here last season, didn't play a lot because when Parmadou came in, basically Vrijsen got dropped, but then Parmadou right now is currently injured, and so Vrijsen's probably going to get a bit of football if we need him. We have bought another left-back thinking about it. 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential. Vrijsen's alright, he's not going to like set the world on fire or anything, but he'll do a job when we need him to. Somebody who is very good, however, is Jamal Abu. Signed from Lommel United, he's already played once for us in the Croaky Cup, scoring twice on his debut. He's going to be playing primarily as a striker, next to probably Rudy Gested or maybe Olivier, depending on who's not throwing their toys out of the pram on the day. But yes, Jamal Abu, I think, is going to be very, very good for us. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's fast. He's got finishing. He's got determination. He's got reasonable decisions. Composure's not the best, but we're in the Belgian second division. I don't know if we need composure to be that good. I was actually training him as a winger. I need to change this to be a pressing forward on attack because that's probably the role he's going to play. It's another right back, everybody. It is Prissa Kenny, maybe. A 27-year-old Cameroonian right-back who I'm training up to be a right winger because I think he will be better as a midfielder than he will as a right-back, basically. He's very good technically, which is why I want to push him further up the field. You can't really use your technical abilities as a right-back. So we're training him up as a right winger. Signed free transfer from Patro Eisenmaß Mechelen down in the 3rd tier. I think he's good. 27 years old as well, so he's got a bit of experience behind him. I think Prissy Kenner, not a bad player at all. Another one of our better signings, and by better I mean in terms of quality, is Ivica Bartarello. He is a Croatian central defender. We have a lot of Croatians for some reason. I don't know whether we've got a scout from Croatia, but lots of them just kind of got thrown at me. I was like, you know what? Yeah, he's all right. He looks pretty decent. 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. He's on £1,000 a week, which actually is one of the cheaper players that we have in our squad. I think he's good. He's got a 2-year deal. He's worth £210,000, so maybe if somebody comes in with a reasonable offer, Bartarello can get shifted on, maybe fill up the coffers a little bit more. But yeah, Bartarello, I think he's going to be one of the first names on the team sheet, maybe him and Kenny Namdi as the two centre-backs. Somebody who will be pushing Kenny Namdi for a starting position, though, is Aboubacar Lowe. He is a 21-year-old Senegalese central defender on loan from Metz. We're not paying much wages for him at all. I think we are paying wages, but not sure how much, because I don't think it's all of his wages. But Aboubacar Lowe is in. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's very good. I think he's very good. We play no-nonsense centre-backs on defend, I think is what we play. Looking at that, he just doesn't have the aggression. And I don't think that's too much of a problem. All we want him to do is just lump the ball upfield. Now we get to our other left-back that we've signed, and that is Christoph Janssens, who has signed on a free transfer from KVC Westerlo. He played a lot of football for them, actually. Was he playing last season? He wasn't playing last season, but he played 48 times the season before. So yes, no, that was this season. He played 48 games last season, and then they released him on a free. We've picked him up, free transfer. I think he's very good. Probably will be our first choice left back because Vrijsen isn't that good, and Parmadou, as I mentioned earlier, currently out injured. Christoph Janssens, I think he's good. I think we've got ourselves another good player here. And the final player to mention is somebody who we've signed from KMSK Denise, or Deinzer. Maybe it's Deinzer. He's 16 years old. His name is Geert de Kock. I signed him because his name was de Kock, and apparently he's got 4.5-star potential. So maybe we've got ourselves a good deal here. I'm trying to loan him out as well because I've realised we are financially in trouble. So we are minus £80,000. We are over our wage bill. You'll notice there's some big spikes going on here, particularly there, because I've done some tournaments against big sides where we basically cheat the system and get a lot of money through ticket sales and weirdly TV money. I don't understand how we've done that, but yeah, I'm trying to fix us financially, and by doing that, what we need to do, that is what I wanted to click on, sorry. I wanted to go here. You can see there's lots of loans as well. So I don't think anyone particularly important has gone out on loan. Roivili has gone out on loan. And Zinga, also a player who got a couple of games last season, going out on loan. So all of these are for money as well. So we are getting all of their wages paid. So all of this cash is removed from the wage bill due to loan deals. And hopefully, when they come back, either we can just release them or maybe give them a better deal that's cheaper, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about what we've done as well in between episodes, because we've played one match. We played Royal Capellan in the Croaky Cup. We won 3-1 it was in the end. Rudy Gested and Jamal Abu with the goals in this one. We played the Route 1 football. We stuck with it. It went really well. You can see here as well my getting money tournament. So Boom needs money with Basel, Rijeka and Rosenborg. And then the cash tournament with Tenerife, Rosenborg and Dynamo Moscow, who we weirdly drew 3-3 with. I don't quite understand how we managed to do that. But yeah, that's kind of, I think that gave us about £600,000 over the course of those two tournaments. We are in a little bit of issue financially, and it's definitely my fault. So the Proximus League then. This is what we are now playing in. There are only 8 teams, and only 7 of them can get promoted. Because Club Brugge NXT cannot get promoted because they're a B team. They're a B team, so they're not able to be promoted, which means when we look at the season preview, we have to ignore Club Brugge. So, Club Brugge, I would say, are probably one of the better sides. We are expected to finish 7th. So, I would expect Club Brugge will finish higher than us, basically. We're expected to finish 7th place, which is actually better than what it was when we immediately got promoted. And after a few signings as well, we were predicted to finish last. So, we've done some business. We've done hopefully enough business to keep us in the league. And ultimately, that has to be the goal for the season, is to just stay in this league. This is not going to be easy. This is going to be very tough. And by tough, we are playing Varsland Beveren as our first opponents. They have literally just been relegated. I mean, I assume last season, how badly were they playing? They won a couple of games here and there, so they weren't awful. They did go 5 games without scoring a goal there. So it's not going to be easy in our first game against Varsland Beveren, but I'm hoping we can do something. Hopefully we've got the squad, we've done the improvements, this, that and the other, to maybe try and get ourselves a point. Let's try and get a point in the opening game. It's not going to happen, but it might. I've just noticed as well, it's on TV. Hold on. So, if we go to our schedule, a lot of these were on TV, which I don't understand why, but we'll ignore that. £10,000. Home team gets £10,000 for every match that's on TV. And by the looks of it, every match is on TV up until Boxing Day. Which means every match is going to be on TV. I mean, it's not a huge amount of matches though, is it? But we're going to pick up a fair amount of money just from TV money, which is good. That's going to hopefully fix us financially. And if we look at the club culture, you'll see there, where is it? There you go. End of current season. Work towards repairing the club's financial damage, and then repair the club's financial damage is the end of next season. So they do want us to try and fix it. Hopefully we can do so by just existing. That's kind of the goal. That's the plan. But yeah, it's going to be a tough season. We are going to be sticking with the Route 1 for the start of the season. We might stick with it all season because I can't imagine we're going to be in a position where we're a better side than what we're playing. Right then, without further ado, let's play our first ever game in the Proximus League. Varsland Beveren away from home. They're away from home. We're at home. That's how it works. This is what we're going to go for. We are sticking with the Route 1 that got us promotion. And basically, there's not too many changes from the team that got us promoted from last season. It will be Seydou Sai remaining in goal. Petar Raggers, Kenneth Namdi, Bartarello and Jana Vryson will be our back four today. Raggers will be making his debut, so will Vryson. Technically, it's not really because he played some games last season. It's going to be Diallo, Hebert, Zazur and Polizzi in the middle of the pitch. So that is kind of the same. The only difference is Hebert and Scharsens kind of rotate in and out. I've gone for Hebert today because we need a box-to-box. A ball in the midfielder with Zazua as the box-to-box. It's going to be Rudy Gested and Jamal Abu as our striker today. On the bench as well, we have Van Humbeek. I can't remember. Was he originally here? Yes, he was originally here. He's not very good. Van Humbeek is our sub-goalkeeper. Abubakar Lowe will be on the bench. Abaz will probably come on at some point for Polizzi. Samura, we know. Jorginho Suarez, we know. Scharsens, we know. And Olivier Duhulu also on the bench as well. If we can get anything from this match, this will show if we're any good. If we can basically put up a fight, I'm not expecting to win this game at all. I'm expecting to lose this game. But if we put up a fight, then that is a good sign for us and possibly to see how well we might be able to do basically in this league in our first attempt. It's weird as well that every match is on TV, so we're going to get that little introduction at the start of everything. Zazua's kicked over one of their players. It's in towards our goalkeeper. Seydou Sai comes out, holds onto that one. So, what is going to happen? We're just 2 minutes on the clock. Sai runs around his area, kicks it long, like he should do. Diallo's controlled this. Ousmane Diallo's running off towards that right-hand side. Abu's in the middle, and Abu has made it 1-0 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Jamal Abu, the new signing, has got his third goal in just 2 games. We're 1-0 up against Vaslan Beveren. We're top of the league. End it now. End the season now. We're top of the table. Is it still appropriate to do stop the count jokes? We're not. Don't worry, we're not going to do them. A goal kick from Seydou Sai has gone towards Diallo once again. This time he loses out to Vukcevic. Plays it over the top. Jansen's going to get there first for Vaslan Beveren, but his effort goes just wide of Seydou Sai's post. Still 1-0. This is what I want to happen. I want us to, I'm not expecting us to dominate these games. I'm not expecting us to dominate this league. But if we can put up a fight, if we concede, it's annoying because actually if we concede now, I'm going to be annoyed because we had the lead. And if we lose, I'm going to be even more annoyed because we had the lead. So hopefully we can hold on to this one. As always, our fullbacks aren't playing very well, are they? Half-time. Half-time in the Proximus League. We are 1-0 to the good. Vaslan Beveren yet to have a shot on target, but they have had a fair amount of shots. You've played well, but there is room for improvement. I want to just say to Vryson and to Raguz, I want to point my finger. I'm not happy. It did motivate him. That is good. That is good to see. Matson with a free kick for Beveren over the top of everybody, and Seydou Sai has somehow managed to save that one. It's gone off for a corner. We are going to see it as well. Beveren's corner comes in. Matson finds Bartarello though, heads it clear. Bertone's going to collect it. Are we going to steal this away, or is it going to come straight back towards us? Zazua's closing down Caracedo. Pacoma Zazua needs to steal that away. Doesn't manage to do it. Polizzi with a good slide tackle. With another slide tackle. Go for a third, Polizzi. He did. He was nowhere near it. It's going to be Caracedo on that right-hand side. Crosses in. We've gone for a couple of slides. And then Boubacarry Koita makes it 1-1. Polizzi went for 63 slide tackles in that then, didn't he? He got 2 of them. And then missed the third and final important one. And he wasn't even close. Well, Vaslan Beveren are the better side. We can see this. We know this. They were playing in the top division last season. They've had a 1.22 XG. We've got a goal, which I guess is a thing to cling on to. Polizzi with a corner for us. Rudy Gested is there, and oh my word, Rudy Gested almost made it 2-1. Heads just over the bar. Let's do ourselves a change or two. Hebert coming off. Yarek Sharsen's coming on. Vryson coming off as well for Abaz. He's not a left back. He's barely even a left midfielder. He's going to play as a left back for a bit because we didn't do our subs bench properly. Ragaz isn't doing too badly. He's on a 6.6 now. He's just gone up. He's actually playing average, which is something you very rarely see. We've also got Diallo, who's just looks like he's possibly taken a knock. We're going to do our final change. Are we going to do a change? Samura? I didn't sort my subs bench out one bit, did I? We're going to put Abu onto that right-hand side, left-hand side, right-hand side. We'll go with that. It doesn't matter. Samura's going to play as that striker for the final 10 minutes. I doubt we're going to get any highlights anyway. 4 minutes of injury time. Oh my word, there is something going to happen. Weigl is going to try and control this for Beveren. Abaz with a header, the fullback, kind of. Polizzi, he's going to run forward with it. Luca Polizzi tries to cut inside, can't manage it. Is he going to go backwards to Abaz? Dinks it over. Abaz has managed to find Samura, the substitute. And oh, Samura straight into the hands of Yakas. I'm assuming it's Yakas because he's Belgian and it's not Jackers. Abu's controlled this on the right-hand side. Can he go backwards? He does go backwards to Yarek Sharsen. Zazua's in front of him if he wants to use him. Sharsen does find the Ivorian international. He's got 1 cap. Sharsen and Zazua playing it between the pair of them. Right-hand side has some options. Gested to Abu. Abu back to Sharsen's. Right-hand side is Raguz. The Croatian can control this. We've got a number of players in the box. Raguz was offside. It's going to end 1-1. It's going to end 1-1 against Vaslan Beveren. I think that's not a bad result. We've still got 25 seconds. And there is a highlight carrying on. Vukcevic, takes this free kick to Vukotic. Lots of weird names, confusing names. We're playing in Belgium. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Bertone forward to Heymans. Dinks it off to that left-hand side for Janssens. Now Bertone once again by the referee. Over the top. Janssens going to keep this ball in play. Crosses it in. Seydou Sai comes out, holds on to that one. And the full-time whistle goes. And we have picked up a very valuable point against Vaslan Beveren. A very valuable point. Come the end of the season, we might be looking back on this game thinking, that saved us. That has saved us completely. It's a point in our opening game in the season against a team recently relegated from the top flight. You can't ask for more than, or you can ask for a win. We got a point. I'm happy with the point. I've gone a little bit further forward because basically we were playing on the Friday night, everyone else played on the Saturday and then the Sunday, and the transfer window has closed. It is now the 1st of September. We've done a little bit more business, and by done some business, 2 players have left the club. Like, this is, I can't remember what team it was. Was it Leeds? It was somebody like that a few years ago who told their fans don't go to bed on deadline day, and then they just sold some players. That's us. That's what we've done. So, first of all, league table-wise, we are 7th. Because everybody drew apart from Westerlo against Lies Kempenzonen. Yeah, everyone drew. So we are literally 7th place in the table. I feel like we've gained nothing from this. This information is nothing to us, isn't it? Transfers then, a little bit of news. Geert de Kock has left the club on loan going to Derby. He's going to hopefully play a fair amount of football at Derby. I don't know what league they're in, but they're paying all his wages. So that's probably a good sign. And then, 2 players who came in our youth intake have also left the club. Josse van Dessel has gone to KV Kortrijk on a permanent deal for potentially £135,000. I had nothing to do with this. The board accepted it. The board just went, this is too much money to turn down, so they took it. I'm not best pleased, but if I'm perfectly honest, I can't imagine him getting into our squad. So that's fine. Van Dessel has left. And in a similar situation, Sem Kool's has left to KV Mechelen. I did get involved in this one. We have a 50% sell-on in this one, so the money isn't as high, but hopefully we can get a bigger return. £67,000 potentially coming in for Sem Kool's. I'm not too fussed about this one. Mentally, he looks alright, but technically, he's not very good. He's only got some reasonable mental stats, and some of them, determination 5, vision of 5, and off the ball of 2, pretty garbage. So yeah, that is the transfer window closed. I don't know whether we're able to still sign players. I have no idea if we're able to still sign players like free transfers and register them and stuff. We do have some issues when it comes to this league. Basically, it's an issue we didn't have, or if we did, it didn't affect us. Our matchday squad, I don't know if you can see this, you can't quite see this, hold on, move my face. Our matchday squad must have at least 6 Belgian players, or 6 players developed within Belgium for 3 years before their 23rd birthday. We kind of have this, but not by much. We've probably got about 8 or 9 Belgian players because we've signed a whole load of African players from like Croatia and Serbia and places like that. So we are skirting on the edges of this rule, which isn't ideal. I'm assuming it's going to be the same as well if we get promoted to the Jupiler Pro League, but that is a long way away. Also, because of the transfers that have taken place, we have kind of got a little bit more money, not a huge amount at the moment, but we made a fair chunk of money from the gate receipts. Nearly 4,755 people attended the Vaasland Beveren game at home. And we also picked up the £10,000. I didn't actually check. If we do income, I mean, gate receipts is going to be thrown off a little bit because of obviously we did have a bunch of friendlies, but £136,000 for gate receipts in August, which means for that one there. So this cup competition as well was involved, but everything else was away. So in 4 home matches, that's a lot of money. We did get the draw for the Croquis Cup 6th round, and we are playing Club Bruges. Not NXT Club Bruges, Club Bruges. They are actually our feeder club as well. They are the champions of Belgium. We are going to get hammered in that match, aren't we? Absolutely hammered. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. It's probably a bit of a weird episode because obviously it's the start of a new season. Things are all over the place at the moment. But we got a point. We've done a whole load of transfers. Next episode, we are going to go to the beginning of October, I think. RWDM, who was supposed to be our opening game of the season, but it has continually been moved for various reasons. I don't know why. We're going to hopefully try and play those in the next episode, as well as Lias as well. We are obviously going to play Westerlo, Club Bruges, and Lommel in between episodes. If this is any good, I might show you some highlights or something. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but yeah, that might also be in the next episode if we do alright. I'm not planning on recording that episode because basically I expect us to lose that one. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2021 Rupel Boom or Bust in the Belgian 2nd Division now, the Proximus League. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with more Rupel Boom. I'm also doing a save with Borussia Dortmund as well, which you can also find at the end of this episode. There'll be a link to the Dortmund playlist, so hopefully you can catch up on all that's going on there. I'm probably about 1.5 seasons in, I think, with Dortmund, so there's a lot going on in that one. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode.